going on, guys? My name is Zach7365, and you can just call me Zach, and I'm coming back at you with some more Master Duel content. I've had a couple people asking about why I'm playing certain cards, or just how to play the deck without the new support, or just what the thought process is with some of the stuff, because it is kind of complicated to get a grasp of. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the deck from the updated Speedroid list that I posted, and we'll just talk through it. So we got, of course, the hand traps. I love Drill and Lockbird, just turning off Maxi after you get your searches, because you're going to kill them anyway. Red Eye Dice is utility. It can get you into pretty much anything. Just level manipulation's nice if you need it. It's good to have it as a one-of. Then Marble Machine, this is probably the main one that you're going to be wanting to summon, because it's the easiest linear path to get to where you want to be. Most scenarios you're going to want this plus one of these in hand. That guarantees that you get into what you need. Scenario would be normal summon Marble Machine effect, add either Tack or Car, whichever one you're missing from hand. And then let's say you get the Tack-a-Tomborg, you special attack, you bring out the Duke, and then you synchro into a Goita, and then you special summon the Car. Make either Crystal Wing or Kite Drake, depending on if you're going first or second. And then Duke Effect Engrave will banish itself to bring back the Car Turbo. And then you can make another level 8 play by bringing back the Hagoida as well, since you control a Speedroid tuner at that point. So that's the thought process. Usually if you're going second, you're going to want something like these blowout cards just to take care of back row, monster negates, etc., etc. These also help as well. And it's usually going to be Kite Drake, and then Hama the Conquering Bow, and then you banish the Car Turbo plus the Tack-a-Tomborg, or if you really need to, you can banish the Hagoida to go ahead and push for lethal, because it's going to attack twice since it'll be made with a Synchro monster. We also have utility cards in here like Wind the Wind Channeler. You can discard this card and another wind monster from your hand, add one wind with 1500 or less defense, which is basically the whole deck. We have Primitive Butterfly, which is just a level 5 that you can special summon. And then if you have this plus Tack-a-Tomborg or this plus Car Turbo, there's lines of play there for easy Kite Drake without committing a normal summon, which that can force out pretty much any negates that they may have. And then if they do destroy this by card effect and it's sent to grave, we can add one Speedroid monster from the deck to the hand. So we're usually going to grab this, and then we'll grab this. So, I mean, we're forcing their hand with the Kite Drake, which is really nice. We also have another one that we could potentially play, which is the Red-Haired Hasty Horse. Similar condition, it's just a level 5 wind extender, which is really nice. But this does require you to have a column with no cards in it. And any deck that can just throw a monster or a card on the field, they can even just imperm. Like you make your Rubber Band Shooter, or you normal summon the Marble Machine, or you have just another body on board, and they can just imperm it and get rid of the Red-Haired Hasty Horse. Or if you're playing against the Tri-Brigade stuff, they just activate Revolt, they put one of the monsters in one of the columns, and then on resolution it's going to pop this, and then the Shurig's going to banish something else on your field. So, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it's situational. It's still a good card. I've got one already created. I was tinkering with it, 1-in-1, but I feel like just Prim's better. Same mindset as in the actual TCG, like when we're playing with paper cards. But yeah, that's kind of like the mindset. The Auroradon is mostly here for the popping effect. We can also, I guess, reset one of these if we wanted to, but it's more of just a utility to have something to go into after this gets stopped. Because if we have this plus we have like Duke, we can always just bring back something back like the Car, the Red Eye Dice, anything like that. And we can also pop 2 of them to bring out the Mecha Phantom Beast, Tether Wolf. So, I mean, it's not terrible. This is mostly as a backup plan. This is not Auroradon Turbo by any means. This is Kite Drake Turbo. But yeah, I want to go ahead and jump into some of the replays. I want to talk through the mindset that I had while playing those games. One in particular, I think, but I don't want this to be too long. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into that. Alrighty, and getting it loaded up, let's see what we got. We are going to be going first, of course. if you're familiar with the previous video, this was definitely in it. So they're going to draw 2 off of X-Drive, and they're going to set 3. So the mindset going into this, I'm like, all right, Eldritch, most likely. It has to be Eldritch. So we draw for turn. We have 3 copies of Marble Machine in hand. So activating this Wind Channeler right now, it's going to be just Ash Negate. I don't care if it gets stopped. And then we get the Terror Top. We have full combo right here. Like, we are killing this dude right now. This is just free. This is completely free. So we're trying to bait out the back row right now. So we're going to grab the attack effect. If this goes through, we're going to get the Duke. We're set. Then we're going to link into this to make him think that we have no other plays. Force out some type of interruption. He's going to compulse it back. That's fine. We're going to normal summon this. He's going to flip the skill drain. He thinks that's going to stop us. Nope. Nothing. And there was a point in here where he could have really stopped us, and if he would have Solemn Judgment the Hagoida. But again, people don't read our cards because it's Rogue. No one's going to read Speedroid cards. So we summon the Hagoida. No problem. No Judgment. We're going to use the Duke effect. We're going to bring back the car. And then we're going to sync those off into the first Crystal Wing. We're going to threaten the big monster. Crystal Wing, too good. We're going to Solemn Judgment. Alright, that's fine. Speed Recovery, bring back the car turbo. And then effective Hagoida, we're going to bring that little boy back. Then we're going to synchro off into really anything. Could have been the Hama, it could have been the Crystal Wing. So we'll just grab the Crystal Wing. We'll use the effective car turbo to boost. And we're just going to smack them for 38 and win the game. Alright, so it's things like this where you need to really just read your opponent. And just understand what kind of hand you got. Like, we had full combo. We had so much gas in the hand. Like, that's not going to happen all the time. But when it does happen, you need to just understand. Like, that committing your normal summon is probably the hardest thing to really justify. Like, we had the crystal. We had access to Terror Top, which is just free to bait out anything. We could have made a Juju. We could have made the rubber band shooter. It didn't really matter what we made. We were trying just to force his hand to make him think that that was our only play. That is the first one. That one's pretty quick, actually. We'll do one more. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and get into this next one. Of course, we're going to be going second as well. This is against a Dragon Maid deck. Like, I looked at his deck list, and it was Dragon Maid. There's Dragon Maids in it. But of course, we have everything we need. So we opted to not get the search on this because I didn't know if he had like a judgment or a strike. Because I really need to keep this body on the board. So that was the thought process there. I don't want this to be striked. So I didn't activate the effect because we have basically everything we need in hand already. He drops the Max C. I'm like, alright, so we really don't care about that. So we're going to special summon one of these and then drop the Duel and Lockbird because we're not doing any searching this turn. He's dying this turn. At least in my mind, he's dying. Or we're going to force out this back row. So we're going to Duel and Lockbird the Maxi so he doesn't get any more draws. We're going to make the Hagoida, of course. Speed Recovery. We're going to grab Karturbo back out of the grave and we're going to synchro into Kite Drake. Kite Drake's effect, we're going to blow up every other card on the field. We're going to special attack, use the attack effect, swap out for the Duke effect, or Hagoida effect. We're going to summon back, make the Hama the Conquering Bow, then use the effect Card Turbo to boost up to lethal. We go 36, 36, and 38 for game. So, I mean, it's not too bad. The big thing with the deck is you have to know what you need, what you haven't used, and what's the best in the scenario. Cards like Feather Duster, Raigeki, Dark Hole, Red Reboot, Lightning Storm, all those cards, they make a lot of matchups a lot easier, a lot less intensive on just what you have to do. You can even play a card like the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber if you want to go down that route, but I know that stuff's really expensive for some reason. in this game. But yeah, you could go a kaiju package with a copy of Malicious Magnet. So it cannot be used synchro material except for the synchro summon by its own effect. During your main phase, if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon one win synchro monster using only this card you control and that monster. You can only use its effect once per turn. So what you can do with this, it's a level 1 tuner. And the requirements for Kite Drake is just simply a wind machine tuner and one non-tuner monster. So if you want to play some kaijus, you have access to, you could do Shen Shen with this one. We don't have Baron, or else you could use this one. But if you want to go strictly for a Kite Drake turbo to break boards, this takes care of Winda, actually. Like, playing kaijus takes care of Winda, which is really nice. You can even play the Kyoto Waterfront to search these cards. You can, but yeah, if the main ones you want to use, if you're going to use Malicious Magnet, would be like the Raiden. The Radian or the Kumungus, but Radian's just cheaper. So, the argument for the Godarlas, though, is where it's win. You can still special summon these. If you have 2 of these in hand, you can kaiju something they control, and you can special summon this, and this gives you a body to get into your rubber band shooter. And it's also discard fodder for Win the Wind Chandler, worst case scenario. That's the thought process with maining the Droll and Lockbirds as well. If you don't need the Droll, it's still just wind fodder to pitch with the Win the Wind Channeler. But yeah, that is a nice little interaction you can include if you're going to do this. You could probably drop, I don't even know. It depends on what you don't have. Like, you kind of don't need these, but they're nice to have. Same with the Ash. But everyone should have Ash, this, and Salt and Judgment, so. But yeah, guys, like, the deck's really fun. The deck's kind of easy after you understand what the cards do and what you have access to within the deck. Like, that's a big thing, is everyone doesn't understand, like, the lines of play with, like, Rubber Band Shooter. But it just boils down to what you need in the scenario and with the hand. Like, for the going second build, this is as monkey as you can be with Speedroids and very linear. It's literally just Kite Drake Turbo. Your main man is Marble Machine. Your second man is Terratop to get you into Marble Machine, usually. And then Rubber Band Shooter is just to fill in the gaps. Worst case scenario, you make Rubber Band Shooter, or use Win to get your engine going, or whatever. That does it for me, guys. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know down below. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, peace out, guys.